I caught myself saying it last week. Standing in line at a coffee shop. The person behind me bumped into my bag and knocked it over. And before I even turned around, I heard myself say it. I'm sorry. They were the one who bumped me. And I apologized. That wasn't the first time. I've apologized for being asked a question I couldn't answer. For taking longer than someone expected at a meeting. For having an opinion in a room full of people who disagreed with it. For interrupting silence with a sentence. Once, and this is the one that stopped me. I apologized to a friend who had been telling me her problems for 2 hours because I needed to leave. I said, I'm so sorry, I really have to go. Sorry. For leaving. After listening for 2 hours. If any of that hit, you are in the right place. Today we are talking about the word sorry. The word that has slowly become a filler for a lot of us. The word we say without meaning. Without thinking. And the word that without us noticing is teaching every person around us that we will always make ourselves smaller to keep the room comfortable. Quick pause. If any of this is hitting, hit subscribe. I post one of these every Sunday. That's the only ask. Back to the video. Here's what I noticed when I started paying attention. I was not just apologizing to people who had hurt me. I was apologizing to people in advance, in case I might inconvenience them later. I would start emails with sorry to bother you. I would open texts with sorry, quick question. I would walk into a meeting 2 minutes late and say sorry to a room of 7 adults who had not even noticed. The sorries were not apologies. They were tiny acts of pre-shrinking. I was making myself smaller before anyone could even ask me to. And in about 3 minutes, I am going to give you a 6-word phrase that ends every guilt trip, without sounding rude, without raising your voice, without apologizing. Stay with me. So why do we do this? Why does the word sorry come out of our mouths before we have even checked if we have done anything wrong? It comes down to one thing. You were taught that an apology keeps you safe. Probably young. Probably by someone whose mood ran the room. You learned that saying sorry, even when you were not, was the fastest way to diffuse anger, end an argument, or make someone love you again. Your nervous system filed it under one word. Safety. So now, decades later, you walk into a coffee shop, get bumped by a stranger, and your mouth says sorry before your brain has time to ask why. For women, this is amplified. Studies show women apologize roughly twice as much as men in the workplace. Not because we do twice as much wrong, but because we were taught from childhood that being agreeable was the same thing as being lovable. For anyone who grew up walking on eggshells, same pattern, different cause. The sorry is a reflex. It is not a choice. And every time you say it, you are reinforcing it. You are telling your brain, yes, this is how I survive. Even when there is nothing to survive anymore. Here is how to stop. 3 swaps. Then the phrase. Swap 1. Replace sorry with thank you. This is the biggest one. Instead of sorry I'm late, say thank you for waiting. Instead of sorry for the long message, say thank you for taking the time to read this. Instead of sorry to bother you, say thank you for making time for this. Same energy. Opposite frame. You go from being a burden to being someone who appreciates them. Swap 2. Replace sorry with a clear statement. If you knock something over, say I'll fix that. If you interrupted someone, say go ahead. If you said something unpopular, say nothing. Just let it land. Swap 3. Replace sorry with silence. If someone bumps you and you did not do anything wrong, you do not have to say a word. The silence will feel uncomfortable for about 3 seconds. Then it will pass. And nothing bad will happen. I promise you. Nothing bad will happen. And here is the phrase I promised you. 6 words. Use it the next time someone tries to guilt trip you into apologizing for something you did not do wrong. Look at them. Calm voice. And say, I understand. I'm still not sorry. That is it. 6 words. The first 3 honor their feelings. The last 3 honor yours. No fight. No escalation. No caving. Just clear. Here is your week. Day 1, just count. Every time you say sorry, mark it on your phone. Just count. No judgment. Day 2. Pick 3 sorries you said yesterday that did not need to happen. Day 3. Swap 1. Use thank you instead. Day 4. Sit in one silence where you would have apologized. Day 5. Say the 6-word phrase out loud to your reflection. Twice. Day 6. Use it on one person who tries to guilt you. Day 7. Count again. Watch how the number drops. The word sorry is precious. Save it for when you actually mean it. The rest of the time, choose a different word. Or no word at all. You do not owe the world your shrinking. You do not owe anyone an apology for taking up space. The full system, every script, every situation, the deeper version of the 7-day plan. It is in my guide. Link on the channel page. Drop a comment below. What is the one thing you apologize for most? I read every single one. You do not owe them a smaller you. I will see you next Sunday.